Hello, my lovelies. When my daughter was in high school, I went through this phase where I added ness, like Ness, to the end of everything, like my prettiness, my loveliness, my sweetness. Now, it also happens that for all of Claire's lifetime, I had called her Sweet Pea. And one day, it took a long time before I put the two together, and I didn't even realize as it came out of my mouth what I had said until I hear her yelling from above going, "Mother!" And she swears to this day, 15 years later, she's still traumatized by me calling her my sweet penis. So, to this week's reading. Last week I talked about the delicious circle of that you can create between relaxation and certainty. How the certainty allows you to relax because you know this is going to work out, and then the relaxation allows you to opens you up to receive more information so you can be more certain, right? And it just goes round and round in this delicious circle. So this week I was like, okay, what can I share with these people about feeding that delicious circle and really fostering it and cultivating it and nurturing it? And the word that came up was gentleness. Be gentle with yourself. And there are 3 different things that came up, specific things. A lot of this you've heard before, but it was very, very strong, like, pay attention to this. So I'm going to share with you. The first one was, as women, we are taught to do all the time and give and give and give and give. And that's okay as long as we balance that with taking care of ourselves. As long as we do, and then do some deep, serious rest, right? So some stuff came up of different ways that would be especially beneficial in the coming weeks to pay attention to. And the first one was daily introspection. Actually, the first one was me time. How important it is for you to have me time, and to please drive home that even if you have a house full of kids, if you have a husband, if you have a demanding job, that's all the more reason to carve out time just for you on a regular basis. And believe me, I know your family can be trained, if you will, to respect that and to support that, because it doesn't take long for them to realize how much easier you are to deal with when that me time for you is respected. So some of the things that really came up that would be really great for you to reach for, and this is not, all of these are for everybody, but pick 2 or 3 or even just 1 or 2 and just really stick to it. And that was, of course, time for regular daily introspection, whether that for you is journaling, meditating, praying, going for a quiet walk out in nature, anything that allows you to just spend some time letting things loosen up inside. And the quiet walks in nature segue into, of course, exercise. And again, you don't have to go sweat 5 times a week at the gym. Just move your body in some way that feels good for you and lets your body know you appreciate it and you're taking care of it. That, of course, is related to taking the time to eat properly. It always astounds me how women can make sure everybody else is fed and everybody else is taken care of and happy, and then shortcut on their own physical nurturing. Now, the things that aren't quite so obvious, besides rest, of course, that really came up is creative outlet. Now, I am a fiberlicious mama. I love playing all things fiber. I like to sew. I like to knit. I like to embroider. I like to crochet. I like to quilt. And a friend of mine, because I do all those things, I sew, I draw, I paint. But because I do all those things, this friend of mine always compares herself to me and says, oh, I'm not creative. And you know what? This woman is the most amazing manifester I know. Literally, she one time said, oh, I want a house right there on that cul-de-sac, but it's twice the price per square foot than I can afford. And within 3 months, she had a house on that cul-de-sac at a price she could afford. And she says she can't create stuff, right? So we all are amazing creators. Find a creative outlet for you, whatever that looks like. Something where you can do something and then sit back at some point in time and say, yeah, I did that. Okay, so that is all about balancing the do, and the give. The second big thing that came up, the second big section of things, is opening up to receive. Just opening up to receive, period. And the context that really came forward first is, oh, hi, Melissa Ann, nice to see you. The context that came up first is opening yourself to receive messages from your guides, your higher self, your teachers, your angels, and then leaving the openness, leaving the space to receive what you've asked for. Because almost every woman I know has some difficulty receiving the full magnitude of everything that's out there for her. Now, in my Soulful Philipp formula, there is part of the daily process is to do these little check-ins throughout the day. And when you check into the yumminess that's inside, you automatically leave this little opening to receive, because, you know, all the goodness that's out there aligns very well with the yumminess that you're cultivating inside. So it kind of builds your muscle to receive all the messages and the support that we're being bombarded with constantly. So just give yourself several little, just minute 2 and 3 second times a day where you check in and go, oh, yeah, that's it. And the third big item that came up is mastering our emotions. Now, this speaks to the pretzel logic mindfuckery that most women I know were raised with. And that is, oh, as women, as good little girls, we're supposed to be sensitive and aware of other people's feelings and be considerate of other people's feelings. But we weren't taught the importance of acknowledging our own feelings, much less given the tools to effectively deal with them. And the thing is, anger, frustration, longing, disappointment are all triggers to you, saying they're signals, saying, hello, something here isn't working quite right for us. Pay attention to it. So when those feelings come up, the dealing with them does not necessarily, well, really doesn't have anything to do with saying, oh, do you know what he did? He pissed me off and now I'm out to get vengeance and restitution. No, dealing with emotions is just looking at it and going, wow, I'm really reacting to this. What is that? Oh, I'm pissed off. Yeah. And just look at that and be with it. And when you can observe your emotions, then you're in the position to look at it and say, okay, what is this? What is it that really, really is bothering me about this? And from that perspective of kind of seeing the emotions as not you, because they're really not. They're a response you're having, or a physiological cascade of chemicals that aren't really you. When you can look at those emotions objectively and then look at the situation objectively, then you empower yourself to realize what the problem is and see a logical, solid way you can do things differently and adjust your own behaviors and adjust your expectations so that next time, my computer just did something weird. Sorry. So that next time things work out differently for you. So that next time that trigger that caused the emotions isn't so harsh or doesn't happen at all. So I had mentioned the Soulful Philipp formula, and that is, I'm really, really excited about it, is the culmination of 20 years of working with clients and 30, 40 years of my own spiritual self-development. And it's a really quick and easy 3-step daily ritual that's really easy to integrate into your life that helps you cultivate really deep peace and fulfillment so that what you manifest out on the outside actually supports and reflects your highest self. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm really excited about it. And I'm doing a webinar on it on Wednesday, April 3rd. And I would love you to join me. I would love you to share with everybody that this is happening, because I really think this is the next big phase of my contribution to creating the world I thought I was going to find when I got here. Surprise! Not. But anyway, I'm on a mission to create that, and this is a big contribution to it. So please go sign up and share this registration with anybody you think might appreciate it. It's bit.ly/master SFF. So bit.ly/master SFF for Soulful Philipp formula. And yes, I'm so excited about this. So please join me, share it, type any comments or questions in the comments section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you so much for listening to me. Mwah. Warmest wishes and brightest blessings, my dears. Bye.